Hi, this is CYP, and you are back to watch wet paint dry. Yeah. Why? I don't know, but you are. So congratulations, you're gonna watch paint dry. Um, so I'm trying to think of things that I have seen that I liked, and having lived in rural areas, I like barn quilts. And if you don't know what a barn quilt is, go look it up. Basically, it's a painted quilt block. It's very basic. There's no skill. It's very easy to do. Um, you can look up quilt blocks and just pick one, and you make a little grid, which I did, and I kind of erased it, but you can still see it, which is okay because I'm going to paint over it, so it doesn't matter. And so I penciled in the quilt block. The one I'm going for is a Missouri Star, because that's a pretty common quilt block. So there you go. I think it's pretty recognizable as a quilt block. So yeah. And so I've got my colors, the ones I've pre-made before, my color palette that I'm going for. Because this is not fine art. This is home decor. So I'm just going to come in, and I know what the Missouri Star quilt block looks like, and just start going. And so basically, as if you were doing this as a real quilt, you would use fabric. But in the country, people have signs on their red barns with a quilt on them, or a quilt block, so that you can tell whose barn is whose. And it's just kind of like a little decorative thing. I've even seen them on windmills. I have a picture of one that I took when I used to live in Kansas that I really liked, where it's a windmill and it's got, this wooden barn quilt on it. And people do them pretty elaborate, bigger than just one quilt block, or, variants of quilt blocks. I mean, it's just, it's a thing. And I'm sure if you live in a city, you have never seen somebody with a sign that had a quilt block on it. But I swear, it's very common in the country. So there you go. So I'm just kind of outlining it for you. And I'm sorry my voice is like scratchy and I sound horrible. It is what it is. Trying to decide what colors, because I only want to go, well, I'll do gray here. And again, there's no shading, there's no techniques, there's no fancy schmancy, nothing. This is literally just flat painting. So, you're not trying to make it look 3D or anything. It's just, you're trying to just fill in the puzzle pieces. And I'm sure if you're not a very confident person, or if you're smarter than me, whichever. I mean, you know, if you're smarter, you could just tape off sections and paint them and then have the perfect straight lines. Not me. Oh no, I'm not doing that. Nope. Why would I? I'm just gonna, be like, hey, it's cool. Will I regret it later? Probably. And again, I am sorry that my voice is all horrible. I have some sort of viral thing. I did go to the doctor, and they told me it was viral. Yay! And they also said since it wasn't the flu, and it wasn't COVID, and it wasn't strep, that they couldn't give me anything. So just go drink plenty of water, take some Tylenol, and be miserable at home. And I'm like, oh yeah. When you're sick, don't you just love, take a Tylenol? That's helpful. No, dude, I don't go to the doctor unless I'm dying. And I feel really horrible. I didn't come in here for the advice of take a Tylenol. I came in here for some magic meds. I don't know what magic meds I wanted, but I wanted something. But at least I know it's not strep, and I actually was very concerned about that because my throat was hurting. So I guess that's a good thing. Who else wants the magic meds? You know. They got them. They got like antiviral crap. And here's the thing. You have 3 days to go in. If you have the flu and you wait till the 4th day, do you know what they tell you? Sorry, we can only give them in the first 3 days. So you go in before the first 3 days and you say, hey, I've got something wrong. Can you give me something? And they're like, no. Well, thanks a lot. I am fully aware I can take Tylenol for, achy joints. Gee, that's a revelation. I had no idea when you're sick you should drink plenty of fluids. That's a revelation. Thank you so much for your assistance. I'm so glad that I probably just paid hundreds of dollars to be told to drink friggin' water and take a damn Tylenol. And did not so much as get a call me in the morning, because they don't do that anymore. And of course, it's a holiday weekend, so. Oh, God, I went a little out of the line. That's okay. We're going to paint that white, so, because we're not going to leave these grid lines in. Oh, my goodness. I swear, I'm trying to make a straight line. Again, this is not a tutorial. Because if I was doing a tutorial, I would tell you to go buy some blue painter's tape and lay in lines so that you have nice crisp lines. But I'm thinking this is a home decor item, and nobody Nobody is going to be up on it as close as you're viewing it. That's right. They're going to be seeing it hanging on a wall from 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 feet away. It's okay. Because from far away, it will look like it has straight lines. Hopefully. And I'll fix those little, there's a little blurb here and a little blurb here. I don't care. I don't care. So are you seeing the outline of what it will look like? I mean, here. This will be blue. This will be blue. This will be blue. This will be blue. Yeah, I'm finger painting. This will be gray. This will be gray. Oh, I can't let that much. This will be gray. This will be gray. This will be gray. And this. Oh, wait. You know what? I just messed that up. This will be gray. You saw that, didn't you? See, maybe it's a good idea I did paint them in. Finger painting. And then these will be green. There you go. And then the rest will be white, which I'm not going to finger paint with because, yeah. So that's basically what I'm going to do. I'm just going to paint this whole entire thing, and then it will be done. And I don't think I'm going to torture y'all by making you watch, because I am 12 minutes in. And so far I've painted like one full triangle, and yeah, not the rest of the triangles, because I was thinking I would just outline them first with my little brush and then go in and fill in with a bigger brush. To save time. And I am definitely wasting y'all's time. So yeah. I don't know, maybe I should keep torturing you. Keep making you watch. So this is how I did it. I am using a 10 by 8 canvas. So you can see I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The reason I'm saying that is because obviously, if you're using a different size, you're like with odd numbers, you're going to need to make sure that you line up your middle. So it's best to do this on a canvas that is even numbered. So you're going to have better results with something that is even numbered than something odd numbered, because otherwise it's going to be off center. Good talk, good talk. This is not a tutorial. This is just my brain spouting out nonsense. But I'm saying it because if you make a grid on an even number, on an odd number, you're not going to be centered. So always do grids on even numbers if you want whatever you're doing centered. And that is not something I know from painting. That's something I know from quilting. Because I'm not a painter and I'm barely a quilter, but I have definitely made some quilts. So, yeah. And when you do a quilt, you kind of make a grid on a piece of paper. And what I use is like those, um, kid grids, like the math paper that has a grid on it, which you've probably not used in 100 years. And I draw out like my quilt design. So I have like an idea in my head of how it's going to look. Oh, and look, you actually watched paint dry. See how this blue on the edges is darker? That's because it dried. That's right. It dried while you were watching. And now this interior glob that I made is still wet. You have watched long enough that paint has dried. Congratulations. What the hell are you doing? Go outside, take your bare feet, touch some grass, enjoy life. Bye-bye.